Welcome. Take a deep breath and listen closely. Today, we're going to talk about something simple to say but hard to live by, something that might be standing between you and the peace you keep searching for. The title is simple: Stop doing this if you want peace. Peace begins the moment you choose to stop, but stopping isn't easy. We're trained to move, to chase, to fill silence with noise. The world keeps whispering that if you slow down, you'll fall behind, that if you don't respond right now you'll miss your chance, that rest is laziness and boundaries are selfish. That whisper becomes your inner voice until you forget what your own thoughts sound like. You start living in reaction instead of creation. You rush to answer messages that don't matter, you scroll through lives that aren't yours, you replay conversations that already ended. Every moment becomes a competition between what you have and what someone else has. And little by little, your peace leaks away, drop by drop, unnoticed until you wake up tired even after sleeping, full even after eating, surrounded yet lonely. That is the cost of refusing to stop. So stop chasing validation. You don't need everyone to understand you, to approve of you, to applaud every step you take. People will misunderstand even your kindness, they will twist your silence into arrogance, your distance into indifference. Let them. Peace lives where explanation ends. You are not required to make sense to everyone who crosses your path. Some people are not meant to walk beside you, they're just meant to teach you the difference between noise and harmony. The moment you stop needing to be liked by everyone, you start liking yourself again. Stop arguing to prove your worth. You cannot debate someone into respecting you. Every time you try to convince a closed mind, you trade your calm for chaos. Some battles are won by walking away, some truths need no defense. When you stop fighting to be seen, you begin to see yourself. Stop overthinking every detail. Not every pause is rejection, not every delay is punishment. Sometimes the universe rearranges the timing to protect you, not to hurt you. You don't have to replay every scene to find peace. You only need to trust that not knowing is also part of the journey. The need to control everything is a thief disguised as responsibility. Let go. What's meant for you won't vanish because you stop chasing. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. The world shows highlights, not behind the scenes. You see smiles, not the nights of doubt, success without the failures that built it. When you measure your progress with someone else's ruler, you always come up short. Your path is not late, it's unique. Peace grows when you stop treating your life like a race. Stop pleasing everyone. You can't heal if you keep abandoning yourself for the comfort of others. You think saying yes will keep the peace, but it only creates resentment. Real peace comes from honesty, not avoidance. Say no when your heart says no. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. The ones who truly value you will respect your boundaries, the ones who don't were only attached to your compliance. Stop living in the past. You cannot rewrite what has already been written, but you can decide what comes next. Carrying old pain doesn't honor what you lost, it only keeps you from receiving what's waiting. Forgiveness isn't saying, "It was okay," it's saying, "I choose peace over poison." Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. The past will keep calling, but you don't have to answer. Stop fearing silence. The quiet can feel uncomfortable because it reveals the thoughts you've been avoiding, but it also contains the answers you've been searching for. In silence, you meet yourself again without distraction, without performance. Sit with the stillness until it stops feeling empty and starts feeling full. Stop expecting others to give you closure. Some people will never apologize, never admit, never return. Waiting for them to free you is like standing in a locked room holding the key. Close it yourself. Closure is an inside job, and peace is what happens after you stop knocking on closed doors. Stop doubting your growth just because it's not dramatic. Healing rarely looks like a movie. Sometimes it's messy, quiet, slow. Sometimes progress is simply not reacting the way you used to. Give yourself credit for the small wins, they're building your foundation. Peace isn't a destination, it's the way you travel. Stop waiting for perfect moments. There will never be a time when everything feels completely right, when fear disappears, when the road is smooth. Life will always have uncertainty, and peace doesn't come from removing uncertainty, it comes from learning to stand still inside it. If you keep waiting for all conditions to be ideal before you rest, you'll never rest. If you keep waiting for the world to slow down before you breathe, you'll hold your breath forever. Peace starts when you decide that now is enough. This moment, exactly as it is, contains what you need. Maybe not everything you want, but everything required for the next step. Stop forcing outcomes. You can pour your effort, your time, your love into something, but you cannot control the harvest. Some seeds bloom quickly, some take years beneath the soil. If you judge your worth by how fast things grow, you'll never know peace. You're not failing just because it's taking longer than you hoped. You're learning patience, trust, surrender. The most peaceful people aren't those who control the most, they're those who trust the most. Stop reliving what hurt you. The mind loves to replay old pain because it's familiar, but familiarity is not healing. Every time you reopen that wound, you remind your soul of a story it's already trying to forget. The lesson has been learned, you don't need to keep rehearsing the scene. Peace comes when you tell your mind, we've already been here. Let's go home. Stop thinking you must always be productive. Rest is not a reward for finishing, it's part of the process. You are not a machine to be optimized. You are a human being with rhythms and limits, and ignoring them doesn't make you stronger, it makes you brittle. True strength is knowing when to pause. When you stop seeing rest as laziness, you begin to understand peace. Stop letting temporary feelings make permanent decisions. Emotions pass like weather. Anger, jealousy, sadness, they all move through if you let them. The problem comes when you build your house in the middle of a storm. Feel what you feel, but don't unpack there. Wait for the calm, then choose. Peace comes from patience with your own emotions. Stop searching for happiness in people who are still searching for themselves. You cannot anchor your peace in someone else's chaos. Love deeply, yes, but don't confuse attachment with stability. If you must shrink to keep someone close, you're losing yourself, not gaining love. The right people bring calm, not confusion. Choose presence over promises, reality over fantasy. Stop trying to be understood by those committed to misunderstanding you. You could explain yourself perfectly, and still they will twist your words, doubt your intentions, project their pain onto your truth. Stop trying to translate your heart for people who refuse to listen. The peace you want begins when you accept that not everyone deserves access to your clarity. Stop predicting disaster. The mind thinks it's protecting you by imagining worst-case scenarios, but most of the time, it's just stealing peace that belongs to today. Anxiety loves to live in the future, peace lives only in the present. You cannot feel both at the same time. Whenever your thoughts start racing ahead, bring them back. What can I control right now? What is real right now? Often, the answer is simple: breathe. Stop treating your worth like a question to be answered. You don't have to earn peace by proving you're enough. You were born enough. The world may try to convince you that peace is a prize for the successful, but it's not. It's the right of the sincere. Every time you measure your worth against another person, you step away from peace. Stop comparing. Start appreciating. Stop carrying other people's burdens as if they're your own. Compassion doesn't mean self-destruction. You can care without collapsing. You can support without saving. Some lessons are meant to be learned alone, even by those you love. Peace is knowing where your responsibility ends and theirs begins. Stop pretending you're okay when you're not. Honesty is a form of peace. When you hide your pain, you multiply it. Speak gently, but truthfully, even if your voice shakes. Vulnerability doesn't make you weak, it frees you. You don't have to have it all together to be at peace, you only need to stop lying to yourself. Stop expecting life to be free of pain. Peace is not the absence of suffering, it's the presence of perspective. You will be hurt, you will lose, you will fall, but you will also rise, rebuild, and recover. Peace comes when you stop fighting the nature of life. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf them. Stop labeling every difficult moment as failure. Sometimes things fall apart not because you did something wrong, but because you're being redirected. Peace grows when you trust the detour. What looks like an ending might be protection, not punishment. You'll understand in time. Stop rushing your healing. You cannot hurry what requires patience. Growth takes time. Flowers don't bloom faster because you yell at them, wounds don't close because you demand it. Be kind to yourself while you wait. The way you speak to yourself in hard seasons determines how much peace you'll feel when they're over. Stop needing to have all the answers. You're not supposed to know every reason, every outcome, every why. Sometimes peace is choosing to live without explanation. Let life unfold. Let the unknown be your teacher instead of your enemy. When you stop demanding certainty, you make space for trust, and trust is where peace lives. The more you try to control, the more life resists you. The moment you let go, the current carries you exactly where you need to go. Stop being afraid to be alone. Solitude is not a punishment, it's a sanctuary. When you stop filling every silence with people, you begin to hear your own thoughts again. You start to realize that being alone is not the same as being lonely. In your own company, you rediscover your voice, your desires, your rhythm. Peace arrives quietly when you stop running from yourself. Stop pretending you don't care when you do. Indifference might protect you from disappointment, but it also blocks joy. Feeling deeply means you're alive. You don't need to numb yourself to avoid pain, you need to learn how to sit with it until it transforms. Pain is a messenger. It comes to show you what needs healing. When you stop fearing it, it becomes your greatest teacher. Stop expecting instant results. Everything worthwhile takes time. The seed doesn't see sunlight the moment it's planted, but it grows anyway. When you learn to wait without resentment, you learn peace. Rushing doesn't make life happen faster, it only makes you miss what's happening now. Every delay, every detour, every pause is part of the design. Stop defining yourself by your past mistakes. You are not what you did, you are what you've learned. Every wrong turn, every regret, every heartbreak has shaped you into someone wiser, softer, stronger. You cannot find peace while punishing yourself for being human. Forgive yourself. Not because what happened was okay, but because you deserve to move forward. Stop trying to please people who only notice your absence when they need something. You don't owe your peace to those who take it for granted. It's okay to love people from afar. It's okay to choose distance over disrespect. Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors that open only for those who knock with respect. Protect your peace by being selective with your energy. Stop thinking that peace means never feeling pain again. Real peace isn't fragile. It's not the glass surface that shatters when life gets rough. It's the calm beneath the waves. Even in heartbreak, even in uncertainty, even in failure, peace whispers, "You'll be okay." It's not about avoiding storms, it's about learning to anchor yourself while they pass. Stop gossiping, stop judging, stop feeding negativity with your attention. Every time you focus on what's wrong with others, you plant unrest in yourself. What you feed grows. Choose to feed kindness, gratitude, compassion. When you release judgment, peace finds room to breathe inside you. Stop chasing material validation. There will always be someone richer, prettier, more followed, more admired. That race has no finish line. You don't need more to be peaceful, you need less comparison. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. The simplest moments, a quiet morning, a kind word, a deep breath, hold more peace than anything money can buy. Stop fearing change. Change is uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Everything alive evolves. Trying to stay the same is what creates tension. Growth asks you to shed what's outgrown. Peace comes when you stop clinging to what used to fit and trust the space you're growing into. Stop doubting your ability to handle what's next. You've survived everything you thought would break you. You've rebuilt after every fall. You're stronger than you believe, wiser than you realize. Stop looking for proof that you can, you already have. Peace blooms when you remember that resilience is already in your blood. Stop letting guilt dictate your choices. Guilt is useful when it teaches, but toxic when it chains you. You don't owe endless penance for being human. Learn, apologize, grow, and move forward. The weight you carry isn't a reminder of virtue, it's a thief of peace. Set it down. Stop speaking harshly to yourself. You would never say to someone you love what you say to yourself in moments of doubt. Replace criticism with compassion. Speak to yourself like someone worth understanding, not fixing. Your inner voice shapes your world. Make it gentle, and peace will follow. Stop living for the weekend. If you only feel alive 2 days out of 7, you're missing your life. Find joy in the ordinary. Make peace with the in-between. There's beauty in the routine, meaning in the mundane. When you stop postponing happiness for later, you realize peace is already here, hidden in today. Stop reacting to everything. Not every opinion needs a response, not every situation needs a fight. Silence can be your greatest power. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you reclaim control. Peace isn't passive, it's a choice made over and over in the middle of noise. Stop expecting other people to fix what only you can face. It's comforting to believe that someone will arrive and make everything right, but the truth is, no one can give you peace until you decide to make room for it yourself. People can love you, guide you, support you, but they can't live inside your mind. The work of peace begins where blame ends. When you stop pointing fingers and start taking gentle responsibility, you become powerful. Not in a loud way, but in a steady, grounded way that nothing can shake. Stop being afraid of starting over. There is no shame in beginning again, no weakness in admitting something isn't working. Every sunrise is proof that you get another chance. Don't cling to what's familiar if it costs your calm. Let endings be beginnings in disguise. When you stop fearing the restart, you begin to live freely. Stop ignoring the present moment while waiting for a better one. You're alive right now, not later, not someday. This is your time. The peace you want isn't hiding in tomorrow, it's breathing in this very second. Look around. Listen. Feel. The world is softer than you think when you stop rushing past it. Stop pretending that vulnerability is weakness. Peace lives in honesty, and honesty requires courage. You can't heal behind walls. You can't love deeply while pretending you don't care. When you open yourself, you invite peace because you're no longer fighting your own truth. Tears don't mean you're broken, they mean you're real. Stop avoiding the lessons life keeps repeating. Every painful cycle has a message. If you don't listen, it returns louder. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Growth is uncomfortable, but running from it costs even more. Peace begins when you stop resisting what is meant to refine you. Stop waiting for people to recognize your worth. The world's approval is a moving target. Some will praise you, others will doubt you. Don't build your peace on such fragile ground. Your value doesn't depend on applause, it exists simply because you do. The more you anchor your identity in what's within, the less the outside can disturb your calm. Stop carrying every opinion as truth. Not every comment deserves space in your heart. When you internalize criticism that wasn't meant to help, you clutter your peace with noise. Listen, learn, but always filter through self-awareness. Ask, is this truth or projection? Most of the time, it's projection. Let it pass through you like wind through trees. Stop mistaking distraction for rest. Numbing out on screens, scrolling endlessly, filling silence with noise, it doesn't bring peace, it only delays discomfort. True rest nourishes you. It might look like a walk, a moment of stillness, a quiet meal, or simply doing nothing without guilt. When you stop escaping yourself, you finally start healing. Stop ignoring gratitude. You can't feel anxious and thankful at the same time. Gratitude pulls you back into the present, into what's already good. No matter how small, name it. The bed you slept in, the breath you're taking, the lesson you learned. Gratitude isn't denial of pain, it's proof that peace can coexist with imperfection. Stop believing that more means better. The endless chase for more, money, fame, recognition, never ends. Each more creates another craving. Minimalism of the heart is peace, fewer wants, deeper joys. Simplicity isn't emptiness, it's clarity. When you stop crowding your life with excess, your soul finally has space to breathe. Stop assuming everything needs to be figured out. Some questions aren't meant to be answered yet. Life unfolds like a mystery novel, you can't skip to the end without missing the story. Trust the process. Let curiosity replace fear. When you stop demanding immediate clarity, you find peace in discovery itself. Stop taking things so personally. Most of what people do has nothing to do with you. They act from their pain, their fears, their past. The moment you stop internalizing their storms, you stop drowning in them. Peace isn't about isolation, it's about emotional independence, the ability to stay calm even when others aren't. Stop letting fear write your story. Fear will tell you to stay small, stay silent, stay safe. But peace doesn't live in safety, it lives in truth. You'll never feel at peace if you're constantly betraying yourself to avoid discomfort. Courage and peace are siblings, one cannot exist without the other. Stop forgetting how far you've come. You've survived days you didn't think you could. You've healed from things that once broke you. Celebrate that. When you stop focusing only on how far you have to go and start honoring how far you've already come, peace takes root. Stop living on autopilot. Routine is comforting, but it can also numb you. Ask yourself, am I living or just existing? Peace doesn't mean monotony, it means awareness. Notice the sunlight, the laughter, the way your breath rises and falls. Life becomes lighter when you start seeing it again. Stop defining peace as a destination. Peace is not waiting at the end of your goals. It's not what happens after you fix everything, it's what happens when you stop needing everything to be fixed. It's a way of walking, not a place you reach. When you stop chasing it and start practicing it, you realize it was never far away. Stop ignoring your intuition. That quiet inner voice isn't random, it's wisdom. You lose peace when you argue with it, when you stay where you know you don't belong, when you silence your knowing because you fear being alone. Listen to yourself. Your peace depends on your ability to trust that inner whisper more than outside noise. Stop pretending to be strong all the time. You don't need to hold everything together every single day. It's okay to rest, to cry, to ask for help. Real strength is flexible. The hardest people often break the fastest, the gentle ones bend, breathe, and continue. When you stop pretending, you make room for peace to comfort you. Stop setting impossible expectations. You are allowed to be a work in progress. Peace isn't found in perfection but in acceptance. When you stop demanding constant excellence and start embracing consistent effort, life softens. Perfection is a mirage, peace is water, still, clear, attainable. Stop assuming everyone thinks the way you do. Expecting others to share your values leads to disappointment. You can't control their reactions, only your intentions. Peace is understanding that diversity in thought doesn't threaten you, it expands you. Stop forgetting that peace is a practice. It's not something you earn once and keep forever, it's something you choose every morning. You will lose it sometimes. You'll wake up tense, you'll react, you'll forget. That's okay. Peace isn't about never slipping, it's about returning faster each time. You breathe, you notice, you start again. Every return is a victory. Stop waiting for the world to change before you decide to be calm. The world will always have noise, conflict, distraction. Peace doesn't mean shutting the world out, it means carrying quiet inside it. It's not an escape, it's an anchor. When you stop expecting life to be calm, you become the calm. Stop doubting that you deserve it. You are not too broken, too late, too anything. You don't need to fix yourself completely to earn peace. You just need to stop fighting yourself long enough to feel it. Beneath all the noise, beneath the thoughts and the worries and the memories, peace has always been there, waiting for you to remember. So stop running. Stop chasing. Stop explaining. Stop proving. Stop pretending. Just stop. Breathe. Look around. This moment, right here, is enough. You are enough. The world is wide, but peace begins in something small, the decision to stop doing everything that steals it. Choose that, again and again, until it becomes your nature. And one day you'll wake up and realize peace didn't arrive from somewhere else. It grew quietly inside you, every time you stopped what didn't serve it, every time you chose calm over chaos, every time you simply let yourself be. That's it. That's the truth most people miss. Peace isn't found. It's allowed. And the moment you stop doing what disturbs it, it finally has space to stay.